Welcome to Grow Your Own. This is a shout out to a new subscriber, Terry at Robotic Allotments. Thanks for subscribing. Your channels are brilliant. I love watching them. Hope everyone else who watches these go on your channel if they haven't seen your channel already and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Hello there. Welcome back to Grow Your Own. I come down yesterday, the 4th of November, Saturday. It was totally bucketing down. I did do a couple of videos, but they didn't turn out very well. So I'm going to do a quick little recap and then tell you what I'm doing today. Okie dokie. Right, so yesterday, didn't get much done yesterday. Like I said, due to the rain. I did plant some rhubarb that I got off my dad, which he got off of my relative, I think it was Carl. You can just probably see there's one there, another one is here somewhere, and then there's one at the back, which you can just see that little pinky thing sticking up. So yeah, planted them, gave it a little bit of a tidy up. The strawberries there fine. I also put some more sheeting down. These frames are what I'm going to use for my carrots, so that's quite good. That'll be like a surround for the carrot fly. That should hopefully work. So that's what I'm going to use them for. I had to do a lot of snail and slug and caterpillar squashing on these and the sprouts. As you see, somehow this one's a nice ball shaped cabbage, where this one is not. I don't know how that's happened, because that was all the same variety. But yeah, that one there is a nice sort of size, and they're getting there. Broccoli, you see this one's got a head on it, not very big. I don't know, I think I got the wrong lot, because you have to have actually broccoli which is Calabrese for the bigger heads apparently. Drop me a line if you know this. Yes, this is what you need Calabrese. So that's what I might have to get next year. I don't know, can't remember what variety I've got this one is. I will check. But yeah, so I did some raking over, or hoeing over should I say. The thing with hoeing is, all you do, you're disturbing the soil and the roots, but you're initially not getting them, you know what I mean? That's alright if you've got a couple, you can, like now, you can sort of pick them out. But obviously during the summer it's not too bad, because they'll dry out in the sun. But when it's wet like this, they'll just root back in, because you're not pulling them fully out of the ground. So hoeing baffles me a little bit. It's like, well, and you're better off just picking them out. That way you're getting the roots and everything, and you're taking them off of the actual bit you don't want them to grow. Where hoeing them, you're just disturbing them, but you're not. Like this, it's laying there on the surface. Well, rainfall, that root goes back in the ground. So I don't know. But there we go. Leeks are fine. I've pulled out some spring onions, because somehow I've got what have we got here? Got spring onions over here, leeks over here instead of spring onions, which obviously must have been when I planted them. They was about that size. And the thing with spring onions and leeks, they are very similar, apart from on a spring onion, which I can't show you. A spring onion has a tube which most of you probably know anyway, leaf where the leeks have a V groove, I call it. So that's the difference. So if you ever do mix them up, look for a V and a tube leaf. Tube leaf is obviously the spring onions, and the V, if it goes into a V shape, then it's a leek. Right, sprouts. Sprouts are doing fine. Obviously not very big. Same again, I had to squash loads of snails, and that there's a snail there now. On them, the one at the back, you can see there, for some reason it's opening up, especially the ones at the bottom are opening up. Now I don't know, and the one in the background is doing the same as well. Now I don't know if this is due to the firmness of the soil or them being disturbed, what, I don't know. No, but once again, drop us a line, let us know what you think the reason they're opening up for. They'd be very grateful. So yep, I've done that. Hoed this one over as well. I'm gonna do this one today. I'll show you the tool. Basically I'm going to put my broad beans in. I got these piping off of a plot that had been given up. So I've got these. This will hopefully make some more cages. They're water piping, square box tubing. So I'll be doing that. Right. So yeah, so I covered this one over just to try and help it. I've put the plastic that way down this time because I think that could be why they're not doing so good job, because they're white side under. So I'll give that a try, see what happens on that one anyway. So there we go. Right, let's show you. These are the broad beans that I'll be planting. These are ones from my dad. These are ones that I harvest this year. I will be getting more because I'll be doing that plot today, and then the next one that will be for February time. I'm going to stick the tried and tested one in there, as you see, like plenty of roots. So the whole, you've got to use purple beans in winter is obviously not always, so it could be due to the weather. It's a lovely sunny day, temperature's not cold, so it could well be due to the temperature. You don't know. I'm going to stick these in though and see what happens. So that's one thing. Next thing, this is called a Speedy Weeder. Now I used this yesterday. It's good. It's really good. It's brilliant quality. I got this off of Chris, and it's a product from Creative Products Limited. Now these, they basically, you go to shops like, I don't know, John Lewis, Wilkinson's, stuff like that, and the companies go in there and they do these little stands and you buy the stuff. So this is a Speedy Weeder. It's an aluminium frame, but it is very sturdy. The grip on it is a bit like a fishing pole, a rubbery grip. This was wet yesterday when I was hoeing, and it was brilliant. I wouldn't slip in or nothing. It's quite lightweight as well, obviously being aluminium, but it is very strong. This, as I'll show you the metal there, is a nice thick gauge, and I'm guessing it goes down to about there inside this. It's very strong. The metal on the end is very strong. It's not like a tin can metal. It's a real strong metal. As you see, it's got like a jaggedy edge on it, arrow tip head. Very good. You have got, when you get it, you get some tools there to tighten up the head. Now, it would be a good idea, I don't know if they have, you can check on the website, which is www.creativeproducts.limited UK. It would be good to have different heads, hence the screw bit. So that's something I'll have to check out, see if you can get different heads for it, which would be a good thing to have different heads on things like this. But yes, I gave this a go. It works brilliant. It's sort of like a plough. I'll give you a quick little demonstration. It ain't going to be brilliant because it'll be one-handed, but depending on how deep you go, obviously you can push it into the ground, and then you decide how deep you go. Obviously it's going to come out at the end because I'm doing it one-handed, but that's how you roughly do it. It goes, depending on how hard you push is how hard it goes under. You see, like now I'll push harder, so then I'm ploughing it. But when you've got two hands on it, it glides through. It's one of the best ones I've used, and I've used a fair few. I've even made a couple, but the arrowhead is really good, and obviously you can backhoe as well, which helps. The ground is a bit wet, obviously, because it's been raining, but I'll leave that there because I'm going to finish that off. So yeah, so that's that. I'll then probably do a little attachment of once I've planted them all in and done. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on today and yesterday. Like I said, I've still got the other plots to dig. The only problem is it gets a bit harder this time of year because of the darkness coming in about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, time you finish work. It's too dark to come down here and do anything, so it only leaves the weekends. But yeah, I'll get what I can do. I'm gonna probably book a day off and have one good day down here, whole day, which hopefully in a day I should at least get 2 of these dug over, and that'll happen. You know what I mean? I wanted all of them dug, but and I ain't going to rotivate, because all you do rotivating wise is chop all the weeds up, and the ones that where they'll grow back with the roots, you're just making more and more work for yourself later on. So that's the only reason I don't want to rotivate it. Rotivating would be a lot quicker, they'd be done in a day, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't want all the weeds growing back twice as many. Okay, that'll be it for now. Right, now we're back. Basically I used this to hoe up, pulled out the odd weeds that I saw laying on the surface. I then raked over the surface, which I use this leaf grabber or whatever you want to call it. I use that to rake over, which these then catch the weeds. These catch the weeds and then drag them about, so then I can pick them up a lot easier, especially the ones that have been buried while you was hoeing. So that's what I've done. I then planted in this plot, which is, I think I said it's about 6 foot by 12 foot. In here I then made holes with a bit of tubing, put in my broad beans. There's 102 planted in this pot. I think that's a bit too many, but there we go, they're in. And then basically what I did, once I'd made the hole, dropped them in, I then used that leaf rake to go over the top again, which then drizzled the mud into the holes. So there we go, that's the way I've done this. And obviously the one broad bean that I've already got growing is here. So that's the head started one. But because of the weather is so warm, you know what I mean, this is November and it's still warm, so we'll just see what goes on. But yeah, my broad beans are in. I've got to make, I shouldn't need to make, because I've got a list of what I'm planting and where, but I need to make a little bit saying where it is and what's in there. Yeah, so that are two tools I've used just to plant my broad beans. Inside the shed, there's what I've got left, which is about 6 or 7, so I've got to get more. But now I know roughly what takes up a plot, then I can get it. Right, this is the leek that I've had standing there for a long while. This is off of the one that was in the other videos. I picked it because it just wasn't going off. But now, I don't know if you can see there, if I lift this out, you can see some of the seeds have been dropping off. So this is what I've got to do. I've got to obviously get them out. So if I stand out there, hopefully not blocking it. Stand out there. So what you should be able to do is just give them a little rub. They should just fall off in time, but if they are dryish, which these are by the fills on them, just give them a bit of a rub in your fingers, just like that, and there you go, a seed. Your hands will stink, there's another seed, your hands will stink of onion, or leek should I say, they both sort of smell the same. But yeah, that's all you basically do, just give them a rub. They're a bit still damp for some reason, but obviously that's just the stuff that's inside them. But yeah, so that's the job that I'll be doing later on, just to get the seeds out, and then I'll put them in a little airtight bag for next year. So that's harvesting some leeks seeds. So now what I'll probably do is start digging on another plot. Okay. Hi, I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. Obviously you're not going to see my head because I want you to see what I'm actually doing here. Right, this is what I showed you earlier. It's a bit knackered now because I have been doing what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing. Basically, in my opinion, for me, all I need is one of these every year, which is a leek head. Because the amount of seeds you will get off of one leek head is a lot. Okay, so what you do, you find yourself a tub. Now I've got this. This is my tub that I'll be using, and basically you can leave these, they'll drop off after time, or you can just gently manipulate them, put a bit of paper underneath your hands, underneath. This is on the floor, so I can't really show you. I might sit back a bit further so you can see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it though, hopefully you will. Basically, make sure you've got plenty of paper down to catch any, because they will spray out everywhere. And then just gently rub your hands together over the beads, and now you can hear them dropping. Or just run your fingers through and just twiddle them like so. Don't have it too high above your catcher or the paper, because they will then obviously bounce and go everywhere. This is not an ideal place for me to be doing it, but this is where I am doing it. Once you've done a little bit of it, it should then look a bit like this. Now the best way of doing it is shake and blow. See all the little bits of husk or whatever they're called, come off. And after time, you'll be just left with the seeds. You'll have the odd bit like this that's not there. You just give it a little bit and then flick the other bit away. But that's basically all you do. You just crimp them off and then give it a slight blow, and you'll then be left with just the seeds, which then you put in your little baggie for next year, or yeah, next year. So that's basically what you need to do, how to harvest leek seeds. You can do them pretty much the same with onions and spring onions, obviously. So there we go, just a quick little info. This is what I've done at the moment, which you probably might not be able to see properly, but there's plenty in there. At the minute in there, there's probably, I'd say, about 50 seeds, and then in here there's probably another 50 seeds on here, so that's 100 seeds, and that's still got probably another 100 seeds to go.